Okay, I just saw Suicide Squad, and I have a lot of respect for that movie, despite the outcries of the movie got poor reviews or Harley Quinn is a disgrace to feminism and blah 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 blah. I have to give it its props. Will Smith did good for himself, and I really do hope that the Smith family can be the new face of DC Comics uh, film and television. With Will Smith playing Deadshot, you have Jada Pinkett Smith playing Fish Mooney, and you have Jaden Smith possibly still has his role for Static Shock. And once Static Shock comes to theaters, I really do think that will be a hit, and that will probably be better than Black Panther. I'm pretty sure it will. So Suicide Squad did prove a point that you really didn't need white leads to play in a good movie. You didn't need a whole lot of white dudes in the movie, and the movie was very. If you're like a social justice warrior or you're a feminist to a degree, you would like the movie. You know, if you like diversity and seeing different races, it's a good movie. It's just like Fast and Furious. They kind of took that. I'm pretty sure they kind of saw that concept of a multicultural um team. Like in Suicide Squad. There's a Japanese girl. There's one of the leads is Harley Quinn. So white women. Um, then you have Will Smith, who's kind of more of a lead. It's kind of hard to tell who's like leading, but like Will Smith and the girl playing Harley Quinn. They're kind of like the faces, the main face of Suicide Squad. Even though technically the lead was a white dude, but he was under the leadership of Manla Waller, who was played by Viola Davis, who also did a good job in playing her character. Um, her character was very strong, a little bit too strong to a degree, because sometimes it does kind of hurt me when you see a strong character fall. They didn't make it. Luckily, they didn't make much of an ass out of her. She didn't really get a lot of physical action, but there was like a scene to where she got captured by these goons, or these little mutant goons or whatever, and um she was sweating and she was nervous, and you know they hooked her up to some type of thing or whatever, and they didn't really explain it, like what happened to her, but she was alive. But you can kind of see how she is like she's not equal amongst white men, which is interesting when she meets Bruce Wayne in the at the end credits. They're talking about the Justice League, how Suicide Squad was like a fail. Like Bruce Wayne was like, why put villains together when you have heroes that can do it? And that was kind of like the concept of I think I can't remember if Manla was the one that brought it. Yeah, Manla brought up the files, and it had Aquaman and the Flash, and but at the end of the dialogue, like when Bruce Wayne was about to leave, he checked the Manla. I can't remember the dialogue specifically, but he was saying something, and he just like checked her. I was like, wow. But yet again, Amanda, Amanda, she came in, under scrutiny, because the government really didn't accept the concept of a villain team, a team of criminals fighting for good. It was a silly concept. So she's trying to redeem herself amongst white men, and a white man takes over Bruce Wayne, and he basically just says like, hey, you can't touch me. And that was kind of a very interesting scene when it comes to like the racial dynamics of black women in high positions versus a white man. It's like, despite she's a government agent, like she can't touch the richest white man on the planet. Interesting. But anyways, the movie was good. You have like a Latino cat, and El Diablo was pretty much like a fan favorite during the film. A lot of people liked him. I when they were talking about when he confessed about his in when he confessed about killing his wife and his girlfriend and kid. Um, I think a dude was crying. I heard like somebody cry, like they cried, and I was like, it sounded like a dude, but it was a real tearjerker. His character was a real tearjerker. He's one of those types of the pacifist, the gangster dude who lost it all, and he's trying to get right with himself, and he's being moral, and he doesn't believe in violence anymore, and he ends up dying, but he had a very good role. Like, that was kind of respectable, since it was a respectable role. Then you had Killer Croc. I didn't like Killer Croc. He just kind of played the dumb Negro with the cheesy catchphrases of "Yo, Shawty." It's like, he kind of just played the Negro stereotype a little too much. Um, I didn't like the end, like where Amanda asked like, "What do you want?" She asked the characters like, "What do you want?" After they beat the main villain, and he was like, "I want to watch BT." I'm like, "What?" And I'm like looking at this shit like maybe I misheard. And it's like the movie ends with him watching BT or some ass shaking video, and I'm like, but since when does BT, you know, play music videos? I mean, I don't even remember the last time they even played music videos. I mean, the BET Awards is like the closest shit, or the Cypher, you know, or BET Soul Awards or whatever. But I'm like, Hip Hop Awards or whatever. But like, yeah, I was like scratching my head, like, yeah, this is one of those little white supremacist little Negro jokes that white folks want to put into the storyline, which was like whatever. It's like I think they had to do that because I think Will Smith, he had a really really good role, and they probably didn't want. I think like two black people with good roles was like enough. So it's like, okay, we're not giving three Negroes good roles. Let's just let's tone it down, and we'll just you'll just be the coon. You'll just be the comic relief. You'll be the bronze, but don't worry about using your head too much. It's like I just didn't understand that yet again, using like an old stereotype, and I'm like, yeah, a white supremacist, a little racist liberal put that in. Um, the Asian chick, she was cool. Um, not really, yeah, she's cool. Not really like too noticeable, but she had a good role. I think this kind of topples Star Wars. The Force Awakens, where you tend to see a lot more races in the movie. You see a little bit more black extras. You see, an Asian chick extra, and I think that kind of I think, well, I won't even say I think it did me justice because it made up for me seeing that horrible Star Wars movie. And this was a kind of a good film because Will Smith's character in Harley Quinn, um, Deadshot and Harley Quinn, like he wasn't lusting after that, which was like a good thing. I didn't want to see like a black dude, lusting over a female that's has eyes on somebody else. I was like, so it's not like it wasn't like a Ray and Ray. What was John Boyega's character? I forgot his name, but anyway, it wasn't really that relationship. So that was pretty good. It made up for Star Wars, that most definitely. Even though it didn't have anything to do with Star Wars, but it just kind of Star Wars was hyped as the minority film, the film, for black nerds. But Suicide Squad was a film for black nerds. That was somewhat of a victory for us. Um, but another thing, there was the other characters. Captain Boomerang, he was cool. He was just kind of like the comic relief. Um, then you had another dude who's in it. I forgot his name, but he died because he abandoned the squad and he got shot or something. Um, who else was in there? Then you had the Enchantress, which I didn't really like. There was way too much emphasis on her. I didn't like that, but that's gonna be another video. But Mandela Waller was good. Will Smith had a good role. He had a real good role where he's like the father who's trying to do everything for his daughter, and they put the nigga shit in there, but he played a good role. It was a good role because like he's making up for it. He's making up for getting with a woman who didn't respect him, even though she wasn't in the movie. But it's kind of emphasized that you know getting with her was a mistake, but he loved his daughter and he did a lot of things for his daughter. And in the movie, he wanted his daughter to go to school, go to the best schools, go to the best um, high school, colleges, and you know, and give her privileges, which is something that was pretty cool. He talked about privileges. He talked about, hey, if my daughter doesn't go or doesn't make it to the best schools and her grades ain't all right, you know, make it happen. So I peeped that game of a black man giving a black woman privileges, which I don't have a problem with that. Um, but yeah, the character analysis was good. Oh yeah, I didn't like Common. Common had a cameo. A lot of people forgot Common, but Common didn't had a good role. I mean, he basically he kind of soft shoe cooned a bit. He was like this gangster dude, this over dramatic gangster dude, and you could just kind of feel like a Common. This is not a role for you. And I'm looking at it like Common, this ain't for you. And then he's in like an underground bar or whatever, and he meets the Joker, and the Joker kind of notices him that he's looking at his girl, and Joker's like, "Hey, Harley, come over here," and then he tells her like to get on him and give him a dance or lap dance, and he's like, "Nah, man, that's your girl. I respect you," and you know, and then he ends up getting like I don't know, he died. I think he got shot or something. But it was kind of like you see that coming to us, like yeah, they're gonna kind of kill a black dude. It's kind of like I saw it coming, but it was like the black man lusting after the white woman with the white man checking him. That was basically the concept. Don't even look at it. He got Emmett Till. That's what happened to him. Common he got Emmett Till. You know they gave him that Emmett Till treatment. Looking at the white woman. You looking at her? Okay, bang. Um, but yeah, that's kind of like my character analysis with how I perceive the characters. Harley Quinn, she was a funny character. I know a lot of feminists were uptight about her abusive relationship. I even heard that a lot of the Joker scenes had to be deleted um, because it was just too much. But I mean, it's like, yeah, I just took it with a grain of salt. I really just didn't care. It's not like Harley Quinn is a woman that I would want anyway. It's just, but it just kind of brings up the concept of the innocent girl who gets turned on by the bad boy, and she falls madly in love. Yet they're trying to, and you kind of see this along the concept where she wishes she could be normal again, but this time with the Joker, yeah, you kind of see the concept of trying to live a better life, trying to do both, you know which you kind of tend to see with the mentality with black women, dating thugs, is that they want after the fun and games and after they have a baby, it's like you know after he goes to jail a couple times, it's like, oh well, Pookie, you should take it easy, and I want you to go to school, do something with yourself, get a full-time job. We have a kid. we need a positive black image and shit. And so. But anyways, that's my video.